Okay, good morning, everyone, or good day, everyone. I was told that your finals, midterm will include lessons on value-added tax, and that your midterm will cover the whole accounting cycle for services and merchandising concerns. So, all the discussions in the service and merchandising concerns are in the playlist that I have given you. Now, we're going to discuss that so that you will have understanding of this. This was not discussed, but was not discussed in any of the videos in detail. So, we're going to have it now. So, value-added tax is a consumption tax placed on sellers engaged in trade or business in the Philippines. VAT applies to the seller's products and services during the manufacturing or retail process. VAT may be shifted or passed on to the buyer, transferee or lessee of goods, properties, and services. The government applies VAT to products and services at a rate of 0 to 12% to the prices of goods or services sold, depending on the business transaction. BIR levies imported goods from abroad with VAT. So, ito yung coverage ng VAT. It is applied on sales of goods or services. Dati kasi, meron tayong tinatawag na sales tax. 3% lang yon. So kung subject sa VAT yung transaction, meaning to say more than the threshold of 3 million, or the seller opted to register as VAT despite the fact that the sales do not exceed 3 million. The applicable sales tax will be 3%. Kapag VAT registered yung entity, 12% yung tax. Kapag non-VAT, 3%. So, in lieu of the VAT, 3%, there can be no tax-exempt transaction. But there could be zero-rated transaction. So, ito yung mga, we'll discuss that, EPSA-registered or PESA-registered entities. So, these are the current VAT rates. Sale of goods and properties, 12% VAT. So, on gross selling price, gross value in money of goods and properties sold, bartered, or exchanged. Sale of services and use or lease of properties, 12% of gross receipts acquired from the sale or exchange of services, including properties used or leased by individuals. Export sales and other zero-rated sales. So meron tayong tinatawag na zero-rated transactions. So these are sale of goods and services by those PESA-registered entities who are enjoying fiscal incentives. So pagka PESA transaction, PESA sales yan. Dito sa Cavite meron kaming EPSA eh. Sa Bataan meron din sila. Yung mga export processing zone. Yan, zero-rated yung transaction nila. Anong ibig sabihin ng zero-rated transaction? Yung sales nila, zero-rated. But they can claim their input tax credits. So pagka, but kasi, meron kang sales, meron kang purchases. Yung sales mo, subject sa 12% VAT. Yung purchases mo, subject din sa 12% VAT. Ang babayaran mo lang na VAT sa BIR will be the difference between your input and your output. So if your output is greater than your input, you have a VAT payable. If your input is greater than your output, then you have a tax credit or VAT refundable. So who are the entities required to file VAT returns? According to the BIR, these are the following returns that should be accomplished. Meron tayong tinatawag na monthly VAT at saka yung quarterly VAT report, VAT forms. Now, these are the persons required to file VAT returns. VAT registered individuals or businesses engaged in selling, exchanging, leasing of goods, and rendering services if the actual gross sales or receipts accumulate up to 3 million. So that is the threshold, 3 million. So pag na-reach mo yung 3 million sales, you are already required to file or to register for VAT at saka magbayad ng VAT. Taxpayers required to sign as a VAT taxpayer but failed to register. Itong isa registered na, itong isa hindi pa. So, kung nag-exceed ng 3 million yung sales pero hindi pa nakakapag-register as VAT taxpayer, automatic subject na rin yun sa VAT. Any individuals who import goods, regardless if it's in line with the course of business or not. So all importations are subject to VAT. Okay, according to VAT, taxpayers must file their declaration as long as their VAT registration is ongoing, regardless if there are no taxable transactions during the month or the business does not exceed the 1,500,000 threshold for 12 months. So this is 3 million now. 3 million threshold for 12 months. So may error yata dito yung dalawa. So kahit na hindi pa nag-exceed ng 3 million yung sales, pero nag-apply na for VAT registration, the transactions will be subject to VAT. So, ito na yung forms na gagamitin. We have the 2550M for the monthly VAT declaration, which should be filed not later than 20th day following the end of the month. So, if you are recording for January transactions, the VAT 2550M form should be filed on or before February 20. Now we have monthly on, and then every quarter you still have to file the 2550Q. So this is the quarterly value added tax return. Taxable quarter means that the quarter is synchronized with the taxpayer's income tax quarter. So kung first quarter will be composed of January, February, March. So it should be filed on or before April 25. Okay. So we're going to discuss the accounting, how you are going to journalize the transaction later.